Before anything else, let me say this. Wildfire in a Rainstorm isn't sung from my perspective. It's written in the voice of the woman I loved, the inner world she lived in but could never express. This song is the apology I never got, told in the words she never found. Even though this is the most popular song on my YouTube channel, I saved it for later in the series because it isn't the beginning of the story. It's the emotional center, the place where longing, fear, shame, love, and avoidance collide. I wrote it during a time when I was still trying to understand Tracy's emotional patterns, before I knew anything about attachment theory, nervous system responses, or avoidant psychology. All I knew was that she could be incredibly close one moment and unreachable the next. Every motorcycle ride proved this. Those were her safest moments. I'd be riding, and she'd be on the back with music in her helmet, singing softly. I could hear her through the noise of the wind, and somehow, she felt free. No pressure, no conversation, no emotional demands. Just sensation, just dissociation disguised as peace. The motorcycle was the only place she could love me without fear, because love didn't require her to show up emotionally. And Wildfire in a Rainstorm is me stepping into her mind, giving her the voice she didn't have the self-awareness to use. When I wrote, I felt safe with the engine roaring louder than my thoughts. I was describing how the bike drowned out her anxiety. It gave her stillness without requiring presence. Then the line, I could love you in the moonlight, then hate myself by dawn. That's classic avoidant ambivalence. Love in moments of escape, shame when vulnerability reappears. Avoidants aren't inconsistent because they're cruel. They're inconsistent because closeness activates their deepest wounds. When I wrote, I kept trying not to need you, but the feeling stayed too strong. I was capturing her core struggle, the terror of needing anyone. Avoidants want connection, desperately, but they believe closeness means danger, so when intimacy deepens, they run. The entire first chorus is avoidant psychology written in metaphor. I'm a wildfire in a rainstorm burning out before I shine. She had emotional intensity, but no stability to hold it. Intimacy extinguished her. Shame drowned her. Connection overwhelmed her. Then I wrote, I wanted you to hold me, but I kept crossing every line. This was me trying to express a truth I didn't understand at the time. She wanted closeness. She wanted safety. She wanted connection. But wanting something and being able to tolerate it are two different things. Fear sabotages them before they can think. And the line, I'm the chaos in the quiet. That was her trauma, her inner restlessness, her inability to sit still in safety. Avoidants interpret calm as danger and chaos as familiarity. In the second verse, I wrote, I could kiss you like a promise, then disappear like smoke. That was her pattern. Closeness, panic, disappearance. Then, I was scared you'd see the fractures underneath the words I spoke. They shut down because they're terrified you'll see their wounds, the parts of themselves they haven't faced. You were calm, like open highways. I was lightning in the dark. You offered stability, she offered volatility, not because she wanted to, but because her nervous system was tuned to fear. It's why she said things like, I don't know you. We were strangers. Those weren't truths. They were defensive echoes of shame. She was rejecting the parts of herself she saw reflected in you. This bridge is one of the most honest things I've ever written in someone else's voice. I'm sorry for the whiplash for the nights I disappeared. Avoidants rarely apologize, so I wrote it for her. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I was terrified you'd see all the pieces I was hiding, all the storms inside of me. This is the heart of avoidant behavior. They don't run from the partner. They run from their own unprocessed emotions, their childhood, their shame, the belief that they're too much or not enough. This is the part they never articulate, but the part their partner lives with every day. If someone watching this is in a similar dynamic, here is what I've learned. 1. You cannot be the safe place and the source of their fear at the same time. Avoidants project their wounds onto the person closest to them. 2. Their inconsistency is not about your worth. It is about their inability to tolerate closeness. 3. Motorcycle moments, dissociated closeness, are not real intimacy. They are proximity without presence. 4. Avoidants love deeply, but they fear love more. Their fear overrides their desire. 5. You cannot fix, rescue, or regulate someone who won't face their storms. You can love them, but you cannot become their nervous system. 6. The apology you wrote in their voice may be the closest thing you'll ever get. And that's painful, but also freeing. Wildfire in a Rainstorm was my attempt to understand her. Long before I understood avoidant attachment, it was me trying to make sense of why she ran, why she disappeared, why she shut down, why she ghosted, why she blamed, why she couldn't stay. But now, looking back, I see that this song wasn't just about her. It was also about me trying to heal without answers, trying to create meaning where silence left a wound, trying to hear the apology she never gave. If you've ever loved someone who ran when things became real, if you've ever been left with silence instead of explanation, if you've ever stayed steady while someone else fell apart, then Wildfire in a Rainstorm is your story too. Not because you failed, but because their storms were louder than the love you tried to offer. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being part of this journey through my songs.